Get low when the whistle go.
Hey guys, we're here today. We're going to be showing you how to take a proper and effective free kick. When it comes to shoes, it's all personal preference. Whether you want shoes that are comfy as well as have a good surface area on your foot. I prefer Adidas as it allows a lot of surface area on my foot, as well as my foot is more wider compared to an average soccer player, and they comfort wider feet. It doesn't really matter what ball you use, you just want to make sure it's very hard and it's easy to kick. By kicking a flat ball, it's very inconsistent on where it would go compared to a hard ball. Okay, so for phase one, it's basically only the preparation. Basically what you want to do is you want to put the ball down in a nice firm spot on a good patch of grass. You want to get some good space behind the ball. Usually about 2 to 4 steps. As well as you want to get a nice angle on the ball so it opens up the door so you can place it anywhere in the net. From this point you want to look at the goalie. You want to look where you're going to shoot and where you think he's going to be. This is probably going to take about 1.5 seconds to complete. You don't want to take any more time as it allows the goalie to have more time to read what you're going to do. Some basic errors for preparation phase is simply taking too many steps back and having a long run up so the goalie can predict where you're going to go, as well as not angling yourself with the ball, going at a straight angle. This is bad because it closes your angles that you can shoot. Whereas if you're on an angle, you're able to open your body so you can kick basically anywhere in the net, anywhere you want to. Okay, so stage 2 is the run-up. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to stay on your toes. You want to be jumpy. Even though your muscles are still going to be loose, you still want to be fresh on your toes. From here, you're going to want to start running towards the ball at a much faster rate, a much faster speed. Once you get to about 1 step from the ball, you're going to want to take a small leap to get your supporting foot to where you want it to be. Take a small leap to get your supporting foot to where you want it to be. Common errors with the run-up is simply with your leap, your small leap, you leap way too early so your supporting foot is too far away from the ball. As well as when you don't leap too early, so when your supporting foot is just away from the ball. This makes your shot, this makes the power, and it basically dictates what your shot's gonna be like. So you gotta want your supporting foot to be very close and very clear to the ball. Phase 3 is one of the final phases in the free kick. It's the shot. This is when your foot makes contact with the ball. So what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to do all the steps that we previously done as what I showed you, but this time make contact with the ball. So when making contact with the ball, again with your supporting foot at a relatively close from the ball, you're either going to want to do sideways to kick the ball more consistently and more accurately, but it's going to come with less power. Or instead, if you're going to want more power, you're going to want to kick the ball with the top of your foot. This kicking it with the top of your foot, you're going to lose a bit of accuracy, but it's going to come with much more power. Some common errors with kicking is simply not knowing how to properly kick the ball, i.e. kicking it with your toe, a toe blast. That's the one thing you do not want. You do not want to run at the ball and then kicking it with your toe. What this is going to do, it's going to mess up your feet. You have a really big chance of injury, as well as it's just an improper kick. You're not going to get the most out of your buck by doing this. It's much more effective to use more of the surface area of your foot to connect with the ball rather than just your toes. Phase 4 is the watch. You always want to watch where the ball is going. This allows you to look at how your shot was. You can analyze and evaluate how the shot went, as well as if there's a rebound or the goalie saves it. You can anticipate where the shot's going to end up going, and you can take another shot afterwards. This is very important.
My background in soccer isn't very much. I've never really, been a part of soccer. I've always just known about it. I've always looked at the aspects of knowing the sport and how it's played and watching it. I'm more of a spectator in soccer. I've only played in a couple years in school sports, in school soccer. But it's never been a thing where I took competitively, where I could do it every year of my life, a career that I could pursue. But it's definitely something that I take the time and learn the sport. Free kick is very difficult to master. There's a lot of steps into learning how to do it. First you always have to position yourself the distance in your comfort to take action to proceed to kick the ball. Plus you have to be precise with your shot, and you have to know where you're kicking it, how strong you're kicking it, the situation that you're in, right? Yes, I can show you. So first it starts with the ball placement. You want to have the ball in your comfort. You want to put it anywhere you want it and how you want it. So I like to keep it right in the middle of the field, right in the middle of the box, and I like to take about 4 steps back, so I have a good distance, and then I want to take 2 steps to the side to keep a good angle, but not too much of an angle so it curves. And then next, you want to have a good stance. You want to have a very confident, fierce stance to intimidate the goalie, make him think that you have the shot, you're going to make the shot. So you want to, right there, you want to read his eyes. You want to see what he's trying to do, what he wants you to do, but you want to do the opposite of that, right? So next thing you do, you think of your shot. It's all happening in a split second. You want to know what you're doing, you want to know where you're going, right? So I like to take a fast approach. So you want to go in fast and hard, and you want to follow through with your shot, curving your body, having all that momentum into that ball, and however you want the shot.
No mucho, es fácil porque uno nomás tiene que pegarle esa bola bien dura para que vaya al gol. So. Para mí el más fácil patada de dar es la patada gratis, porque usted nomás puede pegarle la bola bien dura para que vaya para el gol y hacer el poste. So.
Not really. You just got to figure out how you're going to place the ball, where you're going to place it, and just figure out what part of the foot you're going to connect with the ball and how much power you're going to put into it. It's not that hard. It takes a little bit of practice, but it's not really hard to master. Definitely not leaning forward in your kick, not placing your foot and the ball in the proper position. Sometimes aiming too high is often the situation because of the wall that's in front of you, the goalkeeper's positioning. It's a lot of times it'll go over the net or wide. That's the most common mistake for sure.
I started teaching in 1990 in Mississauga, and I've been teaching soccer on and off since then. I played soccer. I was never a great soccer player. I played house league soccer, and I've taken some courses back in the 90s, but that's my background. I coached little kids in the community once. That was about it. Mostly just coaching junior boys soccer.
All right.
Patience. They need patience with themselves so that they don't think they're going to be on the field and after a couple of practices that they're pros. They need patience with their fellow teammates so that they can wait for a play to be set up. Are they in the right position instead of turning soccer sort of like I see kids playing soccer on the tennis courts, and it's sort of like playground soccer where they want to juggle the ball and do all these little tricks and move around people. You gotta have patience with yourself, patience with your teammates, so that you will pass them the ball and not always want the ball yourself.
Coaching soccer since 1998. Started here at Wesleyan as a favor to Mr. Brockwell. We didn't have a soccer team at all. But I've been coaching soccer, high school soccer, junior boys, senior boys, and the girls for many years, since 1998. I've also coached with Niagara Falls Soccer Club. That's usually the boys, and then Niagara United with the girls. Travel levels from B teams to A to elite. Free kick, first of all, is where there's a stoppage of play. Referee puts the ball down, and you are entitled to kick the ball anywhere on the field in any direction you want. You have 10. The closest person facing you is 10 yards away. Quick, when you have a wall and somebody's making a kick, it's going to be kicking a ball. You want to kick the ball on the side of the ball like that to make it spin. Spinning ball will make a curve and it'll go around the wall. And that's usually what I teach my players. So there's many aspects to the free kick. You're looking at, depending where the kick is, who's involved. It's going to be direct, indirect kick. If you kick the ball without using your arms, putting your arms behind your back, and then kick a ball while using your arms, you feel a big difference. And it all comes down to momentum. So having your arms involved when you're kicking, follow through your torso, your legs, your follow through, your arms are part of that. Like I said, try kicking the ball with your arms behind your back, tied up like this. It's going to be very difficult to do, and the result will not be what you want. So yeah, arms play a very important role. Not many people think of that, but try kicking with your arms behind your back and see how it feels. Common errors is rushing the kick. Okay, some people, depending where it is, where it's taking place, some people will put it down and take a kick without any preparation. Sometimes that's good, sometimes it's not. When it's good is when the other team's not ready for it. You put it down, you have to be ready for it, and you're going to take that kick. Therefore, you're going to catch the other team sleeping. So it depends. It's all situational. Miscommunication may be a problem with free kicks like that. Also, the execution. If it's not a kick properly, it goes out of bounds. We just wasted a golden opportunity. So.
Sorry. Whoa, my ball's out. Green, smooth area where you want.
Guacamole! Maria's going in net.
Hey guys, we're here today. We're going to be showing you how to take a proper free kick. I'm Halima Khan. I have 100 in all my classes.
We're gonna win the soccer OFSA this year, so because this guy right here.